All right. Hey everyone, this is December 1st, and I'm trying to do a market analysis going into 2nd December. So, looking at the chart on ES, yesterday we broke out of the consolidation area which we were stuck in for over 2 weeks, broke above 40-50 resistance, which if you can look at the chart, which was a clear resistance, and tested this 4100. So multiple resistance coincide at this level. First of all, 4100 being the psychological level that's being rejected. At the same time, you have this macro trend coming in, which is also being rejected so far. Then you can see that ES has been trading in an uptrending channel, and we are sort of trading right around the higher limit of that channel, and that is being also rejected. So uh, yeah, the macro trend which we are recently testing is this big trend line. You can see it's started rejecting that trend line since the start of 2022, and ever since we've tested this trend line multiple times. As you can see over here, after a big rally, we tested this trend line, rejected big time, back down to the lower limit of that, then bounced again, tested this trend line again, and dropped down below. Same thing happening over here as of right now, even though lately there has been bullish price action has been bullish. Most of the dips are being bought up. You're seeing bad news is being bought up and stuff like that, but at the same time, now after a couple of good key you can say catalysts, first was CPI, which we saw a downtick, and that caused this massive rally on ES, almost 7% in 2 days. After that, a big consolidation, and then after Powell's comment yesterday, what we got, where he was relatively bit more dovish than being hawkish, because he also started discussing something regarding slowing down interest rate as well. So we saw this move up back around 4100, testing this resistance right over here. So one thing to note going into tomorrow is that we have NFP data, which is due in the morning pre-market. And lately, CPI, NFP, Powell conference, these have been quite really good catalysts for market momentum. Now that we've broken out from that resistance, from that area of consolidation, we were consolidating for over 2 weeks. Tested this key level 4100, and almost sort of second day of consolidation over here, going into this key event, which is NFP data. So depending on how the market reacts to this data, I'll continue to watch these two key levels. If ES gaps up above 4100, there is a possibility that we might see a run up to 4200. Just because, like I said, multiple things would happen over here. First of all, we are seeing lately relatively market sentiment has been changing. It's starting to get a bit bullish. Also, we are going towards the end of the year, more like usually end of the year around this holiday season, you will see Santa rally or things like that. Like sentiments are usually bullish around the end of the year, and so that's in play. Other thing is that if we gap up, then we'll be breaking out of this macro trend that we have been trading in for the entirety of the year, as well as then you have what you can say, sentiment also changing in the market. So let's see what the data comes. The current consensus is 200,000, I think, and last time we got 260 something. So if a stronger, what you can say, stronger job report would sort of make Fed or give Fed some room to get a bit more aggressive with rate hikes to curb inflation. But if it's around consensus or below than what we got last time, I think that could be a bit bullish as well, just because that will also sort of help maybe Fed to pivot in sense of some sort of slowing down interest rate. So yeah, that's something that I'll be watching for, depending on what the data is. If it's strong, then we could see possible turnaround on ES as well. And the first red flag to watch out would be 40-50. If ES drops below 40-50, that means we'll be back in that range, right? So below that 40-50 area, I'll start looking in some puts, maybe longer term puts as a swing. And if it belows 4,000, that will be the second confirmation for us. For the upside, just going to watch what the data is and how the market reacts to it. If we gap above 4,100 above this macro trend, there's a possibility and a good chance that ES tests 4,200 in the coming days. So that's for ES. Other ticker that I'll watch is tech stocks. NQ Nasdaq, which are tech stocks. So similar to ES, Nasdaq also sort of consolidating in between this 12,000 and 11,500 support, and it tested this 12,000 resistance multiple times, got rejected. And after Powell's comment, it finally broke above, and so far it's holding above that area, right? Similar to ES, it is also testing multiple, resistance over here. So we have this trend line from June. You can see acted as a support over here, resistance. So it all comes down to NFP data, right? How the market reacts to this data in the morning. So if there is positive reaction in the market, and we see a gap up or a move higher in ES and other tech stock, there is a possibility that NQ also breaks above this trend line and set up to test this resistance of 1240 or even higher in coming days. Key level to watch would be, for example, Amazon. On a positive reaction, if Amazon gets above 100, that could also possibly push some momentum in NQ, as well as Apple. Lately, Apple has been struggling around this 150, 153 area. So this is something that I'll watch if we have a gap up, and I'll see how Apple reacts around in this area, right? If Apple gaps above 150, first thing I'll look for would be if Apple can hold above that level, because if you can see lately, every time Apple got above 150, tested 153, rejected. Similar over here, got above 150, then got rejected, got above, then got rejected again. So let's see how Apple holds or trades around 150. So that could also give some momentum on NQ and also on the rest of the tech stocks. So this is another these are a few more tickers that I'll watch tomorrow after NFP data. Netflix also looks a bit strong, relatively strong, because most of the big tech were consolidating today, but Netflix sort of breaking out of this resistance. Last time when they tested this 313, 314 area, got rejected from there, and now it closed above it. So we have almost a gap fill up to 333, and if there is strength in the rest of the tech stock, I think there is a good chance that Netflix also closed this gap back up to 333. So Let's see how the market reacts to this NFP data in the morning. If there is some upside momentum, this could be a good one to watch for a possible gap up close. If I do end up trading Netflix, I'll look into maybe trading next week option instead of this week, just because I want some time for this to play out. So yeah, these are few tickers. These are few levels that I'm watching going into tomorrow, and let's see what we get in the open at the open after NFP data, and we'll trade accordingly. If you are listening to our analysis for the first time, we usually have a pre-market call every day, 15 minutes before the market opens, and that's where we go over all the tickers, trades, ideas, and stuff like that, whatever we're watching to take as a trade, maybe at open or throughout the day. So make sure that you join that call, and if you have any question, please do ask me. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the morning. Bye.